I'm giving the second bedroom in our lake house rental a complete renovation, and I'm sharing some gallery wall and color scheme planning tips. Hey there, it's Christina from the DIYmommy.com. Today we are finally back for another room reveal at the Little Lake House. Today we're tackling the secondary bedroom or the kids' bedroom, and just like all of the other spaces in this home, we have ripped it right down to the studs and built it back up. I want to thank Fi, who is sponsoring this video today and providing some super cute artwork and accessories to make this space so fun. Along with the complete step-by-step of this makeover from start to finish, I'm gonna also be sharing with you some color scheme picking tips and some gallery wall creation tips if you're thinking of doing those for your own room makeover. Let's get started. We purchased this little lake house last fall with the hope of completely renovating it and renting it out as a vacation rental or a full-time rental. We completely redid the main bedroom and the bathroom, and this secondary bedroom is next. Here is what it looked like when we purchased the home. It actually didn't look too bad. The closet was kind of strange. There was a funny backing on it. But just like all of the other rooms in the home, as soon as we started demolition of this room, we found so many disgusting surprises behind these walls, and we are so glad that we brought this thing down to the studs.
Check out this little treasure of a floor they happened to leave underneath. Isn't that awesome?
So not only was there linoleum under carpet, but there was also paneling under drywall, just like all of the other rooms in this house. Sean did all of the demo in this room, and he completely took down the ceiling. He took all the trim off. He took all of the drywall off, all of the paneling and everything. Behind the drywall, we found remnants of mice living in this corner. This corner had rotting boards and everything. So we got in a professional spray foam company, and they spray foamed the entire home so that it could be rodent free, and it could also be the correct R rating for where we live up in Canada. Now Sean is going ahead and drywalling the whole space, giving it a fresh new look over top of that new insulation, and he also installed a new window. Now I am installing some casing all around the windows and the doors. We're adding a shiplap ceiling just like the rest of the rooms in the home, and I think this is going to give the room a nice coastal look and make it cohesive throughout the home. We're using Matrix primed shiplap, and it's actually quite easy to install with the two of us using both of our nail guns. Next, we're installing crown molding around the whole ceiling, and I love how this gives this a modern farmhouse look. I'm installing trim around the closet door and then taking some latex caulking and caulking all of the seams so that it gives this room a beautiful finished look. All of our doors and our trim in this home are from Matrix, and we love this modern farmhouse look. For For this space, I did want to keep it nice and light and bright and airy like the other spaces I've done so far in this home. However, I want to give this room some fun pops of color, even more than the primary bedroom, because this is probably going to mostly be a kid's bedroom. So I'm going ahead, grabbing my phone and opening up the Fi app. You might know that I kind of stumbled upon this sort of duck theme for the lake house after I found some vintage ducks at my favorite antique store. So I searched for duck. I found this fantastic colorful duck art, and then I was able to pull colors from that main inspiration piece. So we have some beautiful greens, blues, and yellows, and find even more artwork from the Fi app. That is definitely something I recommend when you're trying to find a color scheme for your room, is find a muse or find an inspiration piece like this artwork I found, and find all of the different colors in there to pull other artwork and accessories in your room. That's really going to help you keep the feel of your room nice and coordinated. Jumping off from all of these art pieces I found right on the Fi app, I'm also finding some cushions to go on the bed to bring that pop of color over to the other side of the bedroom. So I'm using all of these fantastic juicy yellows, coastal blues, and greens, and mixing them all up together for a calming but still extremely fun look. I'm creating a gallery wall from the Fi artwork that I found, so my best tip for making one of these is to head on over to Pinterest, type in gallery wall layout, and here you're going to find a ton of inspiration as to the sizes of frames you can use and the layout of frames. So that's exactly what I did. I found a layout that I loved and the sizes of artwork that I needed. I found those sizes on the Fi app. They have artwork in all different sizes there, and they can curate selections to your personal preferences. You can also choose to have your artwork framed, which is exactly what I did. Since I'm using such colorful art and accessories in this room, I wanted to go nice and neutral on the walls. I'm using a color called Bare Silky White, and that's going to contrast ever so slightly with the Bare Ultra Pure White that I have on the trim. I'm using the Silky White for the walls and rolling it on. Before we did the walls, we used a spray gun and painted all of the trim and ceilings. After the paint has dried, we are installing luxury vinyl plank in this room. This one was gifted to us from Divine Flooring here in Alberta. I love the width of this floor and the natural look, and I think it's perfect for the coastal look of our whole home. We're laying it throughout, and honestly, this was so easy to put down. John and I could do this in under 2 hours. So I have this peel and stick wallpaper, just grabbed it off of Amazon. I thought this would be a good product for this feature wall here. Instead of shiplap, just to have something a little bit different. And then if we get tired of this, we can just easily remove it. And as you know, I do love peel and stick products just for a quick and budget-friendly fix. So let's see how this installs. I'm finding this peel and stick wallpaper very similar to all of the other peel and stick products that I've installed. I've done contact paper installations, marble faux countertop installations, and essentially the best tip that I have for you is just remove the backing inch by inch and smooth everything down well with your hand. So I don't know what I was thinking, but accidentally I cut this first, of course, bottom piece a couple inches too short. So I was able to add on an extra piece at the bottom, and you wouldn't know the difference from looking at it. I wasn't sure if I would have enough material, so I just wanted to do that before I ran out. Matching up the pattern on this peel and stick wallpaper was a little bit tricky, and it did take me some time. But if you go nice and slow on these installations, it's really not too bad. To cut the wallpaper, I'm using a large square and a knife and just a scrap piece of wood on the floor and just trimming it right down. I only had to purchase 3 rolls of this wallpaper to make this whole accent wall, and I think it was a fantastic purchase because it really makes this wall pop, and if I ever get bored of it, I can remove it easily. For this final piece, I just pushed it into the corner, and then I used a utility knife to cut that corner perfectly to give it a nice clean edge. You can also use a utility knife to cut around any trim. For my installation, I left the baseboard off and then I put it on after my wallpaper installation. Now we're installing the entry door. And then Sean is installing a ceiling fan. I chose this style of fan because I wanted something that was safe for this bunk bed that we're putting in. I didn't want blades swinging around, so the caged fan is going to keep that away from children's hands when they're on the top bunk. I found a commercially rated bunk bed with a double on the bottom and a single on top, thinking that that could be nice and flexible for the different sleeping arrangements that might happen here in the cabin. So this can have 3 kids on it, or it could even have 2 adults on the bottom, so I think it could work for a variety of different families. I'm assembling it and it wasn't too bad to assemble. Sean had to help me at the end, and then I just purchased a couple of IKEA mattresses, putting a double on the bottom and a single on the top. Next, I'm adding mattress pads to the mattresses, and I'm also using simple white sheets. I found this dark blue rug and I love how it anchors the room. All right, so I have my inspiration piece of art along with the other ones that I found to coordinate with it. It's huge, I love it, it's gonna be perfect for this room. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to lay them all out on the floor, just like my drawing, decide my spacing in between each one, and then I'll be able to mark out on the wall exactly where I want them and put the nails in the perfect place. I find that 2 inches between frames on a gallery wall generally looks really good. I'm also measuring the full width of the gallery that I've created and making sure that it fits nicely on my wall. So I have my wall here ready to go, and I know exactly how my pictures are going to be on the floor. I know that my center is going to be about 5 feet, and they're all going to be hung around that center, and I'm just going to use command strips to hang these up. I'm going to be using a level to make sure that they're straight. So to work these, I'm just putting 2 together like this, and I'm applying them to the back of my picture frame, just one side. Holding down for the amount that they suggest in the directions, which I think is 30 seconds. One on here, and you can even put some on the bottom if you want to. Push, and then I remove this backing. And then I'm ready to mark it up with my lines and use my level to make sure that it is level. Now is my favorite part of any bedroom makeover, and that is styling the bed. So I am using some simple white duvet covers, pillows, and sheets from IKEA. Then I'm using those amazingly colorful accent pillows I found at Fi to make the look really pop. You might remember this DIY dresser from a previous upcycle video. So here's a reminder of what this bedroom looked like before, and here it is now. I'm truly happy with how this bedroom turned out. I think it is such a fun and colorful retreat for kids and adults alike. Basing my colors off of this duck artwork I found at Fi, I think was a fantastic decision. I'm really happy with it. I love this mix of yellow, green, and blue, and the neutral walls just make these pieces shine. Not only can you find artwork and accent pillows at Fi, you can also find other accessories, so definitely make sure to check out that app, check them out on their website online, and I'm going to leave a coupon code just for you at the end of this video. I can't wait to share this room with guests that want to visit the lake house, and I hope they love it as much as I do. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed this before and after makeover and the color picking and gallery wall tips. Thanks again to Fi for sponsoring this video today and helping me make this room come to life in a big way. Make sure to click on the link down in the description box below to get 25% off your Fi order and grab some colorful artwork, accessories, and cushions for your own room makeover. Now, I would love to hear from you. Let me know down in those comments below what you think of this before and after. Let me know your favorite part. I'd love to hear it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more DIY and decor ideas on a budget, and stay tuned for more finished rooms in our little lake house.